pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll move right into the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda. Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. We don't have any public comment. Jay's not public, he's a...
We have a student, do you have any public comments?
She's like, no.
Okay, so, go ahead, Dawn.
Okay, so welcome everybody. Thanks for being here tonight. So I have just a few short things to talk about. So events and dates, things that have happened. So we had the Christmas program on December 9th. It was very well received. The kids, if you had a chance to go, they were super energetic, they were happy, they were smiling, they were not reading words, they just were performing. They took that ownership of being in a music program, you know, so having a music teacher, certified music teacher makes a big difference compared to just having a teacher who's not certified for music, so that really makes a big difference. I had comments from members of the audience saying it was the best program they've seen in years and years, so, and I think that the energy level from the kids, I think that was just really outstanding. So, very well received, and like to just recognize Mr. Erickson for a job well done. Midterms were December 5th, so coming into the January, third week of January, I think is the end of this next quarter, coming into the middle of the year. Tomorrow we are having a baked potato bar for staff lunch, so I'm excited for that for them. And yeah, end of the quarter is January 21st. Today we had a coaches meeting and we talked about supervision of the scoreboard. So one of the things that we have to do is make sure that if we have a student running the clock that it's supervised by an adult. The last thing we want to happen is for any child to receive grief from a parent or any other community member, so we don't want to put a child on the spot. So Josh was there and the coaches were all there, and we're going to come up with a sign-up Genius chart for them to sign up and get them all trained and ask for volunteers, and if we don't have somebody 24 hours before the game, then we will be canceling that game. So with 8 home games and with all the parents that we have, I think that we won't have any problems with that because they don't have to do more than one. One of the things that the coaches talked about today was if it's a 7-8 game, that a 5-6 parent will supervise that so they can concentrate and enjoy their own child playing. So, and vice versa. So, so I think that's a great idea. So we're going to be working on that, getting that going. I'd like to congratulate Ms. Rasmussen's class. They collected 139 items for the Veterans Food Pantry. And tomorrow they get a pizza party. The school collected a total of 541 pounds this year, which is different from last year, 1,300 pounds. So I don't know what the difference was. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, it's still a very nice contribution from the community, 541 pounds of food. And then I'd like to congratulate also the 7-8 boys and 5-6 boys basketball teams, the coaches Will Davis and Jessica Hunt. What I saw this year was wonderful growth, incredible team spirit, and personal ownership and being a team player. So you didn't see any one kid out there trying to be it, you know, trying to be the lead player constantly. And it was just really, when you watch the kids play in the tournament, you could see that they had that silent communication. They just looked at each other and they knew what was happening. So they all had a great season. The boys in the 7-8 team, they took third place in the tournament, and I saw the nicest picture of them with a banner and everything. It's such a nice picture. I gotta get a copy of that. So congratulations to all of them and to the coaches. I would like to thank West Hills Chapel for donating 10 complete Thanksgiving dinners for Smith Valley families. So, and when they bring those boxes, they are huge boxes and they are full. They are massive, great boxes. I mean, they have so much stuff in it. It's enough for probably a family of 10 or 12, would you say?
Huge.
So it's a huge thing, and so I'd like to thank them for doing that. I'd also like to thank some donors. I don't know who they are, but we've been receiving monetary donations to purchase gifts for kids at Christmas. So I don't know who they're coming from. I don't know if they're anonymous or, but I'm just thankful. And I know that the Grange did give us $200 donations. So those are the ones that I do know a name attached. So it's really great, a great community. Then I told you a couple months ago about the title monitoring audit report. We just got that finished. And I had 4 helpers. I had Lacey, Crystal Evanson, Trish Marquardt, and Shailene Specht. And we together completed 129 documents that we had to submit to OPI. And some of those documents were hours and hours. I mean, we're talking between 5 and 15 or 16 hours a piece. So the 5 of us got that done and got it turned in. What I learned is I learned that we weren't doing a lot of things that we were supposed to do. So in 21 to 22, which is before I became an administrator, they passed this rule saying you had to use these Transact documents and Transact forms to request information. And you had to have certain things done every year. And I did not know it was before I even became an administrator. And so I learned now, and so now we're technically caught up. Everything is the way it's supposed to be. But we're not the only school in that situation. What OPI said to me was that because of the turnover in administrators in schools, that a lot of administrators had no idea, and things weren't necessarily passed on, so that information wasn't passed on to people. So this audit, when they do an audit every 7 years, it's this kind of information, but the fact that they changed everything in 21, 22, stuff did not get changed. So now it's changed. And so for us, for our school, it's a lot more annual work. So every year we have to do more annual reviews of policies, particular policies. And there's 6 of them. So policy 3122, 3110, 3121, 8100, 2158, and 1700. So we'll just be reviewing those annually and making sure that they're dated as being updated that year. We have to review and date the Title I school-wide plan every year. We have to review and date the parent and family engagement plan every single year. We have to update all the Title I resources annually, so when they upload a new form, you have to date that as being the most recent form. There's so many things that you have to do. It's just,
I bet my wife is so glad.
just
she
tons
did
of
that.
work. Tons of work. And then because of this whole process, you used to be able to go, for example, to Trish and just talk about enrolling your child, let's say a foster child. So you have a foster child, you used to be able to just go talk to her, but now you have to fill out certain forms to request information and to know your rights and all of these things. You can't say, oh, well, that's not on the website, or you have to give them a form with that information. It's just so much ridiculous stuff. So what I did is I created this little document right here, which is fantastic, and of course I'm bragging. But that's 4 columns. So the first one says, the heading is School-wide Title I SEA Program Information, ESSA and Program Information. The question is, what can you do? So I want to request the qualifications of my student's teacher and or paraprofessionals. There's a resource column. You have to request this certain form. You can find it, location on the school website or at the office, and who your contact is. So I have 2 pages of documents like that, so we don't have to send home all these forms with every single kid. Every form goes home with all the kids. Instead, we have this resource. So I think that will be helpful, but just being on top of these every year and looking at them and making sure that they are updated and we keep them in our files so we can hand them to somebody. And they were like, well, you have to keep them in your files. And well, we can just print them up. No, you have to keep a hard copy in your files. Okay. So it's just very particular. So anyway, hours and hours, and I just would like to thank again Lacey, Crystal, Trish, and Shailene. Shailene did the foster care and homeless information. Trish did a lot of the common compliance as far as teacher qualifications and enrollment. Crystal did the Title I Part A, and Lacey did some financial documents. And I did other things too. So anyway, it was a great team effort. So I just want to make you aware of what's going on with that. So that's what I have for today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Lacey?
I don't have anything to present today. restrooms on this side is leaking bad. Now that's different from since I've been here, just the front one leaked. Now they're all three leaking.
Can you tell where it's coming from?
Really, I mean, them guys say it could be coming from clear up above. I mean, you can see where it's coming from inside, but
Yeah, but it could be running.
yeah, it's hard to say. So,
The thing is that we've had so much rain in the last few
Yeah.
days. I mean, inches and inches of rain. And then before that, we had ice built up. I mean, so, and I think that's when we had that first leak that you got fixed because we had ice moving around up
right,
there.
could have been, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the gym's was leaking. One day there was a leak. I put a bucket under it, and of course, I guess the rain went mostly away, so the leak was gone within, I don't know, a
That
couple hours.
probably needs to be screws tightened again.
And
I know there was, during basketball game, there was a couple drips that dropped down right there where the furnace goes up through the ceiling.
yeah, this was over this way from that anyway, but
It was more like at the end of that little hallway.
yeah,
When you
probably,
come
yeah,
in.
I think so. Anyway.
Is the 300 building leaking now? Like after the repairs we just had done?
No.
Oh.
It is not leaking. Yes, sorry. I thought you meant like right now, since the rain's gone. Yes, it's leaking.
So those
After we
repairs that they did didn't fix
Well,
it?
no, but the repairs, when we come bring them in, it was on Miss Rasmussen's old room.
Okay.
Is where the leak was, and that's what they've been fixing. Now, I don't know if they looked the whole roof over, I would assume so, but I don't know that. I haven't talked to them since they done it, but it has leaked since they were out here, so. They were also up on the gym, according to the music teacher. They were looking around up there, and I don't know if they did anything up there or not, but they were on top of the gym looking around, so.
Is that screws on the 300 building too? Is
No.
it? No.
It's membrane.
No, that's,
It's that flat roof EDM
Just
rubber
that,
membrane,
okay.
and it's at the end of its life, I'm sure.
right, it needs to be
Okay.
recovered. Basically the same stuff you put on your,
RV.
Yeah, okay.
but we
But-
can't do it. See, we
Why wouldn't
can't
that
come
be
in here
something
and
all
do
of
it.
us getting up there and doing that?
Well, yeah, well,
Bucket of tar.
A cheap way to do it is Snow White. It's a 5-gallon bucket, and you go up there, it's like a super thick paint, and you just roll it on.
right.
Like, that's usually the solution to fix a trailer house. It's a short-term solution, but
So I mean, I
It
know
was-
Cody had said it last month. I mean, it's kind of like, what about tarps? Just through the winter. I mean, is that something that's pretty inexpensive?
Tarps to cover the
and
roof.
a bunch of tires to hold it down.
I mean, we're Browning,
But
but
see, there's all these guys.
We're starting to look like.
We'll hit them all festive.
Yeah. Turn them into trees.
The problem with tarps is that then you have to make sure you cut holes wherever the drain. Because that's a walled roof, right? I mean, it's a flat roof, but it's got a
Perimeter? Yeah.
perimeter.
I believe so,
On it.
yes.
So then you've got your drain areas. And I'm sure that a lot of what's happened is that building over the years has moved enough that everything's not running
Right.
to where it's supposed to go. And then when
Yeah.
it freezes, especially on that rubber membrane, that ice sits there and stretches that membrane back and forth. And yeah, it's been there for a long time.
It sounds like they need to come back and try to figure out where those leaks are.
Okay, I'll call them back to you.
Yeah, because I mean, if they're just because they've been here before, not necessarily the same people, and fixed like a little tiny leak that's cost $100,
No,
and that
that-
solves the problem.
Since
It
I've
is
been
the
there, it's
same
been the same company, so it's always the same
The
guy.
last
Call-
one was $450, and it was
Call,
for 5
It's
spots.
5 leaks.
So they'll need to come back and fix those because they obviously didn't solve the problem.
Okay,
I'm gonna have Artisan Roofing get ahold of you too.
also, we're flooding out here across the sidewalk when we got all that rain, because of it's got a catch basin,
Right.
but they don't go anywhere. It's just a catch basin that
It's just dry wells.
just fills up and
Right.
comes out on
That's
the,
just.
Over by the breezeway?
yes.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. I mean, they're dry wells. Yeah, it doesn't go anywhere, but that's what the way they're designed is, you're not supposed to get 3 inches of rain in 4 days.
Have those drywalls ever been cleaned out?
Not since I've been here. I mean, you look
I
at
And it
them,
may
I
have
wonder
a
if we're
little bit
getting a
of
little
at the
dirt
bottom.
and stuff in there and it's kind of impacting how well they drain. If we can clean them out and put a little fresh drain rock in the bottom, then that might help.
Right.
yeah, I don't know, we could try it, I guess.
Especially with our mild weather right now. you
Yeah.
know. But what
You're
Jay
not
did
gonna wanna
is,
be out there tomorrow.
he went ahead and he put pumps, I had him put a couple pumps out there and he drained the water out.
But, yeah, it's unfortunately that's the way they're designed, but they're not designed for the water that we got in.
Do we have a dehumidifier or anything in the 300 building? Just so,
Fans or something.
yeah, something just so that we don't
Keep
have
the
a
air
whole
moving.
problem.
I don't know
Get a
if
couple
we
box
got
fans.
fans for sure,
Yeah,
so,
get some box fans set
Yeah.
up in there, keep it moving.
okay,
Otherwise, we will
The
end up.
dehumidifier is a good idea.
Yeah, it's
Something to,
okay,
So when we do get these little leaks, they don't turn into major problems.
right. That's all the bad news I can think of right now. Sure there's more.
we have a swear jar, but every time you say 300 building, you get $5.
Yeah.
All right.
We want to talk about the siding on this building right away.
Sure.
Might as well.
Yeah, sure. We're all there.
So, we did a little investigation. There's definitely something hard behind the siding, whether it's sheathing or some kind of other gypsum board or something, we don't know. I looked around on the windows and it seems that the windows are mounted on top of the siding rather than on top of the sheeting, which is normal practice.
Would that be because they're portables or is that something different?
Design.
The design, I mean, it works, but, I mean, normally there's a water resistant barrier. Tyvek is the common one that you put on your sheathing and then you put the siding over top of that. And usually your windows get taped to that Tyvek and that's what creates this continuous water barrier. And I'm concerned with the windows being out on top of the siding that we don't have that continuity there. So if you ever get a tiny little bit of water running down that wall, it can get in behind the windows and get in behind the siding and can't get out except through the siding. So I think that's gonna require a little more investigation on our part, or, you know, have a contractor look at it, I guess. I don't know how we can handle this to write a scope of work when we don't really know what we
What
need.
the problem is,
We definitely want a very thorough scope of work written so that
Right.
when the contractor's out here and they say, well, this wasn't part of our scope of work, they can't come back and try to get more money out of us.
That's
So
how they do
that's-
it.
Yeah, so we want to be very thorough there. We do have, this is a booklet here, proposed modular for the school edition. I mean, this is from an architect. This is basically his specs on how to do a building, but it doesn't provide anything relevant to the way this building was actually constructed. We have no plans that we've been able to find, or Don has been able to find, that
They are
He's-
based off, he was the architect that we ran.
he's still in business, by the way, so I looked him up.
Really?
Well, maybe they have
They're gonna
something
say that about you someday.
on this particular type of building that they can
Yeah.
give you some information on structure.
You know, my thought was reach out to this Pacific Mobile Structures, the manufacturer of these buildings, and see if they have any information on the building. Whether
should
they're
be
still
able
in
to
business, I
find
didn't
some.
look that up, I don't know. Let's see.
Did this building come out of Canada, is that what? I remember?
Washington
No, it
State.
came out of Washington.
Okay.
And there's some really good information in here, but
There's
just
a lot of
not,
really good information.
not really the information I was looking for that was helpful. The one thing I did catch in the siding section was, it said that in the specs, the cement siding or fiber cement siding was supposed to have a 50-year warranty from the manufacturer.
Oh,
So,
so that's huge.
yeah,
Yeah, the
And
building's
that's
only
huge.
20 years old,
Yeah.
so how do we get after that?
so
Yeah.
that's where we need to bridge the gap between what did we buy and what was the architect's proposal. Like where's the gap in there?
Well, the building should have been based.
Should have been based on that book, yes.
Just to
Took a
let you
picture
know,
of it.
Ken Williams donated all of his time when he
Oh,
did this. He was good friends with Mike Welling, and he
That would be
donated
huge if
his
the
time.
siding's covered, that would be huge. Good stuff.
yeah,
discovery.
fiber cement siding warranty, the siding warranty should provide a 50-year warranty for fiber cement siding and 10-year for the fiber cement trim.
Yeah.
But at 20 years, our siding is failing miserably, so.
And the only thing they could come back and say is, the worst of the siding is where we put the concrete up against it without.
Well, and I looked at it yesterday when I was here, and there is water damage up
Up
four
it's gonna
4 feet
fall.
on that wall.
Yeah,
Like,
it's gonna follow because
It
it's
seems to
just
me
like
like it's
OSB,
coming from
it
up
just
higher.
kinda soaks.
Yeah. So,
Unfortunately, it's not the concrete, the backer hardy board like we would like it to be.
yeah.
It would have been fine.
So who's digging into that and how? I'm just putting that in the notes.
We'll let you do it, Joe. You're so good at knowing exactly, because you already examined this. You know exactly what you want to talk about. Are you good with that?
I can see where I can go as long as they're not gonna charge for any extra information.
Right.
At that point, then we gotta reconvene, but I can certainly try reach out to this company, and I could maybe contact
Yeah.
that architect
That'd be great.
and see where we end up.
Company still exists.
Did they? Okay.
They have offices in California and Chehalis, Washington.
So if you want to keep this a little longer, you can.
Okay.
Thank you.
But yeah, it should have been based on this, so. That would be
That's-
really cool if we could say, hey, we have a warranty claim,
Yeah.
even if we had to pay
If
a
it covered
certain
half
amount.
would be
Yes.
huge.
Because they're not gonna redo the whole thing. If we claim it on warranty, they're gonna come in here and look at it and say, okay, these are the boards that are,
Yeah.
and they're gonna wanna replace boards, not let us put, unless
That's
they'll
fine.
just give us the money.
Don't care. If it's
It doesn't
50-year
matter.
warranty,
Right.
we still got 30 years left on that.
Mhm.
They can come in and replace boards every year for the next 30 years.
Yeah.
I don't know that anybody here cares about that. Let's do that. Sounds great.
Thank you, Joe.
Yep.
That's good news, Joe.
Good news.
You ready?
Took a while to dig into it.
Yeah, well. So,
Give this man a shovel. He's a good digger.
well, let's just do this right now then. Why don't you figure out what you want to do for a facilities,
Do we want to have a facilities meeting? Or do you want to
Wait.
get that information and then,
you want to wait and call one yourself whenever you
Um,
get to that point?
Only if we want to construct some kind of statement to share with the manufacturer of the building. Just get some general verbiage together there would maybe be my request. I don't know that that necessarily requires a meeting, but
probably not. Probably do that in an email.
Okay.
just have a couple people think about it before I contact them. So.
Sure, that sounds good.
Or you could, just find out, hey, what did you put on this, and then we can go from there. They should have the full building. plans. The whole idea when they built it, when they came to us, was, hey, this is what, I followed that. And then the whole thing, if you look at that, was set to, so we can expand if we wanted to.
Which there's no mention of that in here.
Really? It was
This
that way.
has, this
That's
has
why
the
that built that.
preliminary plans, when it shows like a building out where the propane tanks are. Does
Does it
not,
go in the other direction?
yeah, go in the other direction, does not show the building here.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah, like there-
handwritten note that says the building will go this way, like it's gonna be flipped around.
Handwritten note.
Handwritten note. On the
Hey, we
page.
took it easy back.
Yeah.
Pray that does
There
not
were-
void a warranty.
Yeah. So, okay, action item The only action item we have is a personnel decision on Jay Matthews as a substitute.
I'll make a motion to hire Jay Matthews as substitute.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. I just can't believe we have to vote whether we can hire somebody for substituting. But
You know, they have to have a training. Every sub has to have a training.
really,
How many subs do we have?
I don't know. Nine or
Ball-
10?
Ballpark.
15?
10, maybe.
We have the regular ones, and then we have our sub list where people are
Extra.
busy or they, they got on the sub list and then they never sub.
Has there been issues if we need to sub actually finding somebody?
Depends on how many people are out.
It does depend. The last time we really had issues was 2 years ago, I think, and we ended up combining one of the classes. I think we had to do that for just for a couple hours in one day.
Okay.
Trish gets on the phone pretty fast if there's a shortage, I think, so find somebody.
okay. Dawn wants us to evaluate her.
Oh, any correspondence?
No correspondence. I'm actually the one that put this on the agenda because I don't want you guys to lose track of it, because every year we get to January when we're supposed to do the evaluation, and we always say every year, and I remembered this year, that you guys want it as a special meeting, not as a line
Not
item
as
on
a
the
line
meeting.
item, yeah.
So I
It's
put it
just a
on the
pain to have to
agenda.
kick everybody out of the meeting.
I know, but it's a pain to come back for another day too. So,
We
There's
could
that.
do it as a special meeting after the meeting.
oh, that's true.
That's not
That's
a bad
creative.
idea.
You technically have to schedule a time, but that time could
Right.
flex based on the other one. Sure, that's thinking.
That sounds good.
That's why you're the big boss.
Our meetings usually last 45 minutes
Do we
approximately.
make a motion?
Depending on what's
Depends how long
happening,
the
I mean,
agenda is, yeah.
look
No,
at
we
the,
should
our
schedule
action
it. We should
agenda,
schedule
it's
it.
like, when I left work tonight, I was like, well, maybe I wouldn't have to go tonight.
Well, the scheduled meeting is January 20th.
Yeah,
So why don't we just
Clear
do
that
that?
with me first.
Do it after the meeting, schedule it for 7:30. Or
How about 7, 15 minutes after we end?
yeah, you could do 7 or 15 minutes after the end of the first meeting.
Say we could make the decision
And-
3 days before, once you have the actual agenda for the meeting, and go, it's gonna be this long.
I
that's a
don't
good
see
point.
us having much for agenda items.
Yeah, that's a good
In
idea.
January.
For the-
You
for
could
the-
probably schedule it at 7 and be fine.
Yeah. January's pretty, still dealing with holiday stuff.
yep, that sounds good. I got that in the notes.
So why
I'll
don't
make
you
that
send
happen.
us out evaluation forms, email us all evaluation forms.
Okay, do you have those? You have those?
No, I'm not the one that did that. It was always from the board.
So I can try to
But I
find a
can
copy of
say
the
I can-
We usually have some, yeah, there's a form letter.
Well, it has changed multiple times over the years, so
They used to.
Whatever
there is
we
not
had
a
last
form
year.
letter.
Whatever we had last
did
year.
it
Oh,
last
maybe
year?
was
So Heidi
maybe.
did it. Wasn't Heidi that did it last year?
Mm-mm.
No,
Rick.
it was Rick
Rick,
that did
yeah.
it last year.
I like the one you had last year.
Me
It was
too.
a lot-
I can reach out to
Two
Rick.
different ones.
Yeah.
There's one
There was
for.
one the year before. Yeah, there's two.
Yeah, there's
there
one
is
for
two.
superintendent and one for principal.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're still gonna have to do.
It actually might be more helpful if one of you can get it from your information that Rick sent last year, potentially in your emails, and send
I'll
it
have
to
to go back
me.
and look, okay. yeah.
Only because his email's gonna be disabled, so I'm not, even if I reach out to him, he's not going
Right.
to have it to send it to me. I'll dig for it too, obviously, but.
Okay, yeah.
How far back does our history go if you've deleted it?
Only a month if it's deleted, but,
If you have you deleted yours?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't, but I don't have my regular.
I'll look for it. It would have been you probably would have received it in December, because it would have been before the meeting.
It would have been
November or December.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was
November or
November.
December from last year. If you find it, great, send it to me. I'll dig for stuff on my end too. We'll find it. No worries. But it went through about
Was-
3 morphs over the
it
last
was
3 years, so
One
as
of the
far as
last
the form
last
letter.
things he did was send that out.
I
Yeah,
think I got it.
You have it?
I think so. Superintendent self-evaluate, oh wait, is
No,
this
that's
self-evaluation?
self one.
That's the one that I do it myself.
Alright, we'll find it. No worries.
Somebody will find it.
Okay, and then we're gonna wait on the facilities meeting until we have information about the siding warranty.
The policy meeting, we need to.
And then,
schedule.
yeah, we need to schedule a policy meeting. So the last email that Dawn sent out about policy meeting, Cody and Jason, was that we actually need, or I sent out too, we need to maybe try to do one of those mornings. Because the only evening that I have available is Thursday, and that's the only evening that Dawn doesn't have available. So,
I don't even remember what
What were
dates
the
it gave.
days of the week?
starting January 12th, essentially, the week of January 12th. And I don't know how early. Jason, did you really say before 7, or was that just more of like a
He's-
guideline?
He said 5 to 7.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, yeah, sure. I think 7's fine.
Say 2 a.m.
I think 7 o'clock works.
I think he meant ending at 7 though, that was my question.
Man, I can, if I know enough in advance, I can bump whatever my 8 o'clock meeting is in case we run right up to 8.
I mean, we could start at 7. Dawn has to drive up though.
Yeah.
What were the dates again?
Yo, life doesn't begin that early.
I know. Tell these guys. Like January 12th, Cody, 12th,
12 onward.
13th, 14th, 15th. The 13th would be good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if we do the 13th, I don't have to move anything until, I could leave here at 8:15 and still make my 8:30.
We could meet at, is 6:30 too early? Dawn?
No, I can do 6.
How many do we have to do?
Deb, did you see the emails I sent you
No.
guys today?
Well, and then I have some that, for this monitoring report, I've had some that we have to look at.
We'll prioritize. We'll put them in order of have to do now and can
And then
kick down
schedule.
to the next month.
Yeah.
How are your Fridays?
Depends on which one. But
Like Friday the 16th? that
Because
one?
I don't work Fridays,
that won't work.
so
for
they're
me.
really easy for me. I can do early. If we do something like that, I can just tell work that I'm not sure.
What time do you be at work? 8?
7. Yeah. I work 4 10s.
I mean,
But my boss's last week is this week, so no one's in charge of me.
Mm.
January?
That sounds dangerous.
I can do whatever I want. So I can
What's my last?
I can do, if we do 6:30 any day, I can make that work. And how long are we thinking?
We don't know.
I'd say easily till 8 o'clock, at least an hour and a half.
If we can keep it under 2 hours, I can make whatever work.
Let's do Tuesday, January 13th from 6:30.
6:30
Till
to
8.
That works.
yay.
And if we need another one afterwards, we can do it. You can do
Who wants
it!
to
You
join the
can,
policy
you can.
committee?
Not a chance.
Our meetings are really
That is
good,
the most
though.
exciting committee.
Well, it's
You
because
know-
Cody and I are on there
We
with
have
Dawn
great
Lacey.
discussions.
I don't want to screw with the.
Hey, just wait until you see me at 6:30 a.m. That'll be a good time.
2 coffees in hand.
Do they still sell those like big
We
bulbs?
could-
Yeah.
We can buy the 5-hour energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there
Oh,
you go.
man.
Who's bringing donuts?
I vote Jason.
My luck, I'll be driving Courtney to basketball
Yeah.
practice at 6, so I'll be sitting in the parking lot since 5:30.
So he'll be
waiting for
getting
you.
donuts, that's what I'm
I vote
saying.
Joe. He doesn't need to partake in the meeting, but he needs to drink.
You will not see me here that early.
Oh my gosh.
You can wait for them, but they're not coming.
All right, that works.
Anybody else need to have a meeting? We don't have to worry about.
That was the
finance
13th,
meetings for a
right?
while.
Yes.
Yep. I hope so, that's what I put in.
I'll send out a calendar invite tomorrow.
All right, does anybody else have anything that needs to be brought up?
Nope.
That's more fun than policy at 6:30 in the morning.
See how
All
those turn
right,
out.
meeting's adjourned. Somebody wanna shut that thing off?
I will.
About $1 for time I woke up at 6:30 in the morning, wanting to have a policy meeting.
Oh, man. You'd be a multi-bomb,
Oh, man.
right?
I'd have $1.